moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Oh, that was dangerous. Ryan threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
It's now second.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's bring it. Check 26, check 29. He's checking. Ready to go.
To throw again, Ryan. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Returnable for Lockett. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
43-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
First down.
Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Defense doing their job. Really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense. No gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got this down to the 35. A Seahawk 1st down as Wilson finds Lockett.
A gain of 13 yards.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, You think of these guys are going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and is tough as any receiver in the NFL.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The end result, 21 yards.
First down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Wilson looking for the tight end Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them are running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Gain of 3.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
For the Seahawks.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99. 51, sub.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
They'll take
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take.
And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, 63 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Jvcom lining up for the point after.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And coming off a 1-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
At the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Carson, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. There's Wilson to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
10 at the 39-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end.